So welcome to everybody that's on tonight. All of you that are tuned in, maybe you was invited by somebody tonight. Thank you so much for taking this time to come in and view this presentation, opening up your mind, opening up your heart to hear what the person that you love, that you know, or that maybe you trust, told you already about this community. Just want you to begin to have an open mind, an open ear, to just begin to hear and see the process. I know you may have heard some other things about different communities, but one thing I can assure you tonight, you're right in the right place. You're in the, I want to say, with the cream of the crop tonight, because the way you're going to see this particular group, this particular presentation is going to explain a lot of the questions that a lot of you may have had, and a lot of questions that some of you may have experienced or had in other communities that was similar to this. All right. And with that being said, I want to begin to say that we are by no way, form, or fashion affiliated with any other gifting community, financial group, or any other community that's out there doing this similar process. All right. We are 100% a group of family, friends, people that came together, had an idea, and began to birth this thing out. And it's been a blessing ever since we started. All right. And tonight I'm going to begin to show the whole process all the way through the way we've actually envisioned it. And I know a lot of you had a little concerns about some issues that it came up on your particular side of the community. But I'm going to begin to address a lot of those tonight. And hopefully putting these two presentations together will show you the entire aspect and the entire trajectory of what we have planned for you here at Kingdom Financial Group, so that you can be successful, so that you can achieve your goals and your financial dreams. All right. So I am a man of faith. So I want to begin just to start with prayer tonight. So I just want to go ahead and get started with that, because we believe that kingdom-minded people do kingdom-minded things. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So Father, we thank you right now for this opportunity. We thank you for this time. Father, we pray even now that our hearts will be open to receive, our minds will be open to receive, and our ear gate will be open to receive this blessing that you have placed in our hands. So Father, help us that have an ear begin to hear. God, we know that maybe this may not be for everybody, but God, even if it's for us or if it's not for us, let us begin to go forward in excellence and in order, that you would get the glory, the honor, and the praise, and that this Kingdom Financial Group will be a blessing to many across the world and across the region and across America and across different countries. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. Again, welcome to Kingdom Financial Group. Thank you guys for taking some time to come and view this presentation. I want to just begin to share some things with you throughout this presentation. And this is going to be, I want to say, not so formal tonight. And I know it's kind of hard to say that. I know some of you are watching for the very first time, but I really want to take my time with this presentation tonight. I really want to take my time and begin to dissect some things and begin to make this as plain and as simple as possible. All right. By the time this presentation is over, my goal is that all of your questions would have been answered and you will have an opportunity to ask me questions. But I want to make sure that we address all your concerns, whether you're watching this for the very first time, or maybe you're watching or already a part of our community. Maybe you're looking at merging from another community that have maybe stalled or maybe have failed. I want to show you the real plan we have behind our engine here at Kingdom Financial Group. All right. So I'm going to go through our regular presentation, and then I'm going to implement the whole process. So I want you guys to kind of stick with me through this process to begin to, again, have an open mind about this, again, and begin to be focused on what we're really trying to build here at Kingdom Financial Group. All right. So again, welcome. And I thank you guys for taking the time to even view this opportunity. It's been a blessing in my life. It's been a blessing in everybody else's life that's been a part of this community. And so we're going to move right ahead into this presentation, and I pray that it be a blessing to your life as well. All right. So just a little bit about our purpose and our main agenda here at Kingdom Financial Group. Our focus is simply to do these few things right here that you see on your screen: is to eliminate poverty, eliminate all financial stress, fulfill your dreams, and build wealth within our families and communities. All right, that's what everybody's goal should be. That's what everybody's agenda should be. All right, we are simply a blessing community, guys. That means that we bless people. All right, we bless, and then in turn allow people to begin to bless us back. All right, so that's our main focus, to begin that when we do this together, we begin to eliminate poverty, financial stress, and fulfill our dreams, and begin to build wealth within our families and our communities. All right. We're simply, again, just a social savings community. What is a social savings community? Again, we are a group of people that just come together and bless one another, all right? I'm a firm believer in what you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. And that's simply what we live by here at Kingdom Financial Group. This is not a place where you come in and want to be greedy. You're all about money. This is the wrong place. This is not the platform for that. This is not that type of community. We are a social savings community that base our principles on the original Susu model. All right. Some of you may have heard about the Susu model or what Susonomics is. It's simply an informal rotating savings club where a group of people get together and contribute an equal amount of money into a fund weekly or monthly or bi-weekly. A lot of people do this in the foreign communities, in the Jamaican community, in the Indian community. This has been around for several years. Some of you may have heard it called the hand or the pot. Again, this is nothing that I've created. Kingdom Financial Group didn't create this. This has been in existence for several years. It's been around for centuries, all right? And what we've simply done is begin to get together with a group of like-minded people that we know, love, and trust, and begin to share social savings and be a blessing to one another. And that's why we call ourselves the blessing community, all right? One thing that we are not a pyramid scheme. Let me go ahead and break that down just a little bit, because when you look at a pyramid scheme, it's one person at the top of the pyramid begins to make all the money off the person on the bottom level of the pyramid, and which means the person at the bottom will never begin to make the same amount of money that the person ever at the top will ever be able to make. All right. Another reason why we're not a pyramid scheme is because we are a private sector. Okay, guys, we are not a business. I'm gonna say it again. We are not a business. All right. We are a private sector, a private group of individuals amongst who we know, love, and trust. All right. We have no products, no commissions, no EINs, no registered investments or investment professionals. We are simply a team. We have no CEOs, no bosses, none of that. All right. We are simply a group of people that do the same amount of work and and get the same amount of money in return. All right. So again, whatever you do when you come in, everybody has to do the exact same thing. All right. I want you guys to take a screenshot of this particular screen right here. This is listed on our website as well, but I want to begin to put this on here and begin to address this. Some of our policy and disclosures, I've already said some of these. Kingdom Financial Group is not a business, all right? We are a community of family and friends that share savings amongst each other. There's no CEOs, no bosses, no registered investors or registered investment. Kingdom Financial Group is a voluntary group, all right? Which means we are not legally obligated for the exchange of any monies of any amount. We are a legal liability. Okay, we are not a legal liability for people that may or may not come into Kingdom Financial Community. All right, that means you're joining at your own discretion. You're joining because someone you know, love, and trust invited you here, not Kingdom Financial Group. Okay, Kingdom Financial Group is solely dependent upon people that we know, love, and trust. All right. So with that being said, any involvement in our community, or if someone invited you, Kingdom Financial does not issue any refunds. No monies will be collected by Kingdom Financial Group. All right. So that means that no given moment would you pay Kingdom Financial Group 1 dime, 1 cent of your money. All right. That's not how this works. That's why we are 100% legal, because Kingdom Financial never receives any of your monies. All right. All the money circulated within Kingdom Financial Group is considered a gift. Okay. Again, you're not paying for any type of products. You're not paying for a service. All right. It's simply considered a gift, because why? You are gifting someone in the community and receiving something back in return in the form of another gift. All right. And it's considered a gift and must be given or gifted at your own will and discretion to an individual that you know, love, and trust. So you're going to hear me say that a lot, guys, because we are solely building this community on people that we know, love, and trust. All right. This is simply this is a social savings gifting community. All right. There are no guarantees. If you do not work the program the way it should be worked, it will not work. Okay, I want to say that again. If you don't work the program the way it should be worked, it will not work. Okay, now we have several people, hundreds of people that have came into this community. They know it works. It's a proven system, and it just works. All right, it's worked. It's blessed plenty of people in the past, and it has blessed many people in the future. All right, I want you to begin to understand that. There are risks associated with any gifting community. All right, that's why we always say begin to be around like-minded people, connect with people that you know, love, and trust. All right. Kingdom Financial Group is not in any form or fashion, again, affiliated with any other social savings community, which means if you was a part of another social savings community, you've heard somebody tell you about these things before. You've heard the rumors. It's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. We are not like those other communities. Okay. We do not transfer funds or gifts that are related to any other financial group or community. Again, because you gave that gift to a person in that community. All right. Kingdom Financial does not give any financial or investment advice. All right. So again, we are just a group of people that do the same amount of work and receive the same amount of money in return. All right. This is similar to our normal board, what it begins to look like. And again, you guys kind of bear with me through this process. I really want to take my time and show you the model. And I know some of you may have seen this type of thing before, but I promise you, by the time I get through the end of this presentation, you're going to see the way we operate here at Kingdom Financial is in a way that nobody has ever operated before. We have changed the trajectory. We have changed the spectrum of what gifting community is all about. Okay. In our community, we pride ourselves on nobody losing their investment and everybody getting paid back something. That is our goal. That is our main focus. All right. So this is what our Kingdom Bank looks like. I know a lot of you have maybe heard of other communities calling this particular thing a flower. Maybe that you dealt with the earth, the winds, the winds, and the waters and things like that. But what we have here at Kingdom Financial, again, is a little bit different than you've seen in other gifting communities, because I believe that even if a flower begins to grow, eventually that flower begins to die. Anytime you plant a flower, it looks good. It blossoms real well when you first plant it. You water it, it looks real good when you water it. But after time goes by, those flowers started withering, they start dying away. All right. But here at Kingdom Financial Group, we base our principles on Kingdom Bank systems, which means I've never seen a bank go out of business. All right. Banks have reserves. There's money that's there for whatever you need to get done. All right. When you want to start a business and you need a business loan, you go to the bank. When you need to begin to save money, you go to the bank. All right. So we base everything off the bank principle. All right. Because we know that banks are solid, okay? We can begin to understand that. So again, everybody who comes into our community must do the same thing. And our bank requirements are simply as this. Everybody comes in with a $500 entry fee. That's a one-time investment, guys, okay? Out of your own pocket, $500 one-time investment, all right? The second requirement is that you begin to bring in two like-minded people that you know, love, and trust, all right? Again, all we're asking you to do is just share the wealth, all right? If you're getting blessed, if you're reaching your financial goals, why not share this with two people that you know, love, and trust? All right. The bank also will come with a flow of name chart. So which means every week you'll see your name on the flow chart of names to show you which level that you are on. There are 4 different levels in our community. The first level, we call it the investor level. That's where everybody starts at. Everybody starts at the investor level. All right. Nobody can go right to the pyramid level. Nobody can go right to the top, because why? It's not set up like a pyramid. All right. Everybody must start at the same place and make the same amount of money and do the exact same amount of things. All right. So everybody invests $500 one-time entry fee, bring in 2 people the first week. All right. On the second week, that is what we call the partner level. That's when you begin to look for those 2 people that you know, love, and trust. Because anytime you're building something, you want somebody to partner with you to help strengthen what you believe in. All right. Week number 3, we call that the entrepreneurship level. Why? Because you're building a brand now. You're building something that matters. You're at the point where you're building generational wealth. And then week number 4, this is the place where everybody wants to be. All right. We call it the banker level. All right. The reason we call it the banker level is because that's when you get paid a gift of $4,000 off of your $500 investment. All right. So what happens is when those investors come in and pay their entry fee of $500, it's payday for you. All right. It's a gift that is given to you in the total amount of $4,000 total. All right. I don't know. Some people go to work and don't even make $4,000 on their job. This is money that you do not have to work for, guys. That is the beauty behind this model. All right. All you got to do is do the same thing everybody else did. Obey these Kingdom Bank requirements, and I guarantee you, you'll be successful. All right. So some of you may be saying, well, how can I continue to do this? You can do the same thing. You simply recycle that same $500 into the same community, which means you take home $3,500 and you go do this whole process all over again. All right. So I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. And again, I wanna really take my time with this because I'm gonna show you how the implementation is gonna take place, all right? Again, we don't begin to exchange any type of cash, all right? If we can help it. We understand that there are some people in Jamaica, in Trinidad, in different international countries that do not have PayPal, do not have cash. So there are certain instances where those people will come together and begin to exchange cash or begin to meet up and begin to do wire transfers. So keep an open mind when you come into our community that sometimes you may be having someone gift you from Jamaica. You may have someone gifting you from Canada. So they may not have the same systems we have here in the United States, all right? But other than that, no cash will be exchanged. We encourage everybody to at least set up 2 or 3 of these particular things that you see here on your screen, which is Google Pay, PayPal, Zelle, Cash App, Facebook Pay, or Venmo Pay. The 3 most popular ones that you want to have, guys, is PayPal, Zelle, and Cash App. If you have those 3, you can't go wrong, all right? So I want you to begin to understand that it's very important that you make sure you have a way for people to gift you your money, all right? What does the IRS have to say about our gifting process? Okay, I want you to begin to understand this because the IRS says that we can legally don't have to report any gift up until the amount of $15,000. All right, what does that mean? There's no worry because why? In our model, the way it's set up, you will have 8 people gifting you $500 a month. All right, that means that if each person will only give you a total of $6,000 a year. If you start from the beginning of January through December, those 8 people will only be gifted you $6,000 for the year, all right? No one person will ever gift you $15,000, all right? I want y'all guys to understand that. That's based on one person, all right? That's not the 8 people. So again, as long as one person does not gift you the amount of $15,000 in a calendar year, you do not have to report that, guys. It's tax-free, it's non-refundable. However, we know some people are in our community, the way we base our community, there may be the same people paying you several different times. So for those of you that may go over that $15,000 threshold or may have already went over that $15,000 threshold, we do have an article and guidelines on our website, kfg1.org, where we simply address all those tax issues, how to file your taxes. You can simply click on that. It'll take you right to the IRS website and address all those questions for those of you that think you're going to go over that $15,000 threshold. But other than that, guys, it's tax-free and non-reportable. All right, so how does this work? How does this equal $4,000? This is the part I want you guys to really stick with me on, all right? Again, everybody must start at the investor level. So when the investors come in and invest their $500, all 8 investors will pay the person in the banker level, all right? That's how we accumulate the $4,000 because 8 times 500 is $4,000, all right? So what's going to happen? Let's say you see this process. You say, hey, this makes sense. And if it makes sense, it makes dollars. Let's say you're excited. You're ready to go. You're going to come in. You say, I'm ready to invest. You invest your $500 investment. All right. Again, when you make that $500 investment, you're not investing it to Kingdom Financial Group. You're not investing it in your buddy that showed you this presentation. You're going to invest this $500 right into the person that's in the banker level. All right. So when you come in, what's going to happen is you're going to reach out to us and say, hey, I'm ready to go. What do I need to do? We're going to immediately let you know whoever brought you in, whatever board they're on, whoever's in that banker position. This is how you need to gift them. This is their Cash App. This is their PayPal. This is their Zelle account. And send us a screenshot when you have sent them your payment. This gets you your spot on the board. All right. So again, none of that money goes to Kingdom Financial Group. It does not go to me. It does not go to any of our admins. It goes directly to the person in the banker position. All right. Now, there are some scenarios which we don't like to do. Some people will reach out to an admin because they may not have a Zelle account, maybe they don't have a PayPal account, and ask us to begin to push forward their gift for them. All right. We don't do that too often, but there are cases where we have made exceptions. All right. But we do not get in the habit of doing that because we want you sending your gift directly to the person in the banker level. That's why we ask you to set up all 3 of these payment options: Zelle, PayPal, Cash App, so that way you're in position to send and receive monies. All right. So what happens now on week number 2? Okay, you already came in with your investment of $500. All right. And let's say you get the partner level. What do we do at the partner level? You share this opportunity with 2 people you know, love, and trust. And let's say one of those people is your brother. The other person is your sister. They're going to do the exact same thing you did. They're not going to pay you. They're not going to pay me. They're not going to pay Kingdom Financial Group. They're going to pay their investment to the person in the banker level. All right. That's going to secure their spot as an investor, even though they're one of your 2 people. All right. Then what's going to happen the next week, you're going to move up to the entrepreneurship level. And then when you move up, your brother and your sister are going to move up to the partner level. And again, they're going to do the exact same thing that you did. They're going to share this opportunity with 2 people that they know, love, and trust. Let's say brother goes out and talks to his cousin. He talks to his uncle. Sister goes out and talks to your mom. She talks to your dad. They say, hey, it makes sense. We're in. Let's do it. I'm going to invest $500 as well. When they invest their $500, again, they don't pay your brother. They don't pay you. They pay the person in the banker level. Again, you are an entrepreneur. You're building a brand. You're building something that matters, all right? So that's the purpose of this. Now, when you get to week number 4, this is the day that you can begin to plan your vacation, pay some bills off because it's payday for you. Now you're in the position, you're in the banker level, and when everybody comes in with their new investments, all of these $500 investments go directly to you in the banker level, all right? This is the part where it makes everything make sense, all right? Now you're in the place where that $500 investment, you just turned it into $4,000 take-home pay. Money you did not have to work for, all right? Money you didn't have to sweat for. Money you didn't have to begin to do anything for, and you did it without no interest on a bank or anything like that. You did it by simply investing into the community, sharing this opportunity with 2 people that you know, love, and trust, and boom, you're right there in the banker level, all right? So let's go into this a little bit deeper on how it begins to work. Now, once you go into the banker level, this is the part I want you guys to stick with me. And again, I'm gonna hit a lot of y'all's questions right here. I'm gonna solve a lot of you guys' problems you've been having right here as we get ready to project forward. And again, I want to really take my time and make this plain for you guys. When you leave the banker position, all right, you're not going to stay at the top like a pyramid. That's what a pyramid does. The pyramid person stays at the top and continue to collect off the bottom. You do not stay at the top, all right? You move out of the banker position and the board will split to make room for your brother and your sister to get paid their $4,000 the exact same week, all right? All right, so you got paid first and then your brother and your sister came in and did the very same thing, all right? That's the beauty of this thing. And so now it moves the exact same way. Again, when they came in, everybody came in as an investor level. So when their investors come in, they're going to pay sister. When these investor comes in, they're going to pay your brother. All right. It's the same concept of a model. All right. So let's go into this a little bit deeper. I'm going to begin to deal a lot with this because how does reinvesting work? And I want to deal with this in two different paragraphs tonight because you can reinvest 2 ways now. Now we've interjected some new things and move forward because I know the first thing on this slide says that the investors that paid you need to get their 2 people. I'm gonna help you guys. For those of you that say, what if I can't find 2 people? I'm getting ready to help you. All right. So again, this is only one way that proves our model works. All right. So when the bank splits, again, you move from that position at the top. You move from that banker position to make room for your brother and your sister. Let's say mom says, I found one person, which is my husband. Yes, this is your auntie. Auntie said, I found one person, which is my husband, but I can't seem to find the second person. I don't know nobody else I love, nobody else I know, nobody else that I can trust this opportunity with, all right? So what begins to happen, you got to remember, these people are the ones that paid you. So what happens is you want to come back and strengthen the people that paid you by any means necessary. You don't want to run off with your $4,000. Sure, go on vacation, but don't forget about the people that have paid you. Don't forget about the people that have blessed you. And again, you are blessed to be a blessing, all right? I want you to understand that in your mind. You are blessed to be a blessing. So when you get blessed, come back and be a blessing to the same people that blessed you. That's one model to our concept, all right? So you can come back in and reinvest on the same level that your mom's sister needs help on. You can come back and help your auntie out and say, hey, auntie, I know you couldn't find nobody but your husband. Here I am. I'm going to come back and invest and be one of your supporters. Because why? You're one of the investors who paid me. It's only right that I come back down and strengthen you and help be one of your 2 people, all right? And it goes the same process all the way back to the top. When they move up, the brother and sister, the same people that followed you in, They're going to follow you right back to the same place to help mom's brother and sister out. So guess what? You don't have to find 2 people 3 and 4 times, guys. You only find those 2 people one time. One time you find somebody that you know, love, and trust. All right. That's the only time you have to do it, is one time. All right. Unless we're going to assume they're going to follow you. I like to call it follow the leader. All right. So they're going to follow you right back to that same place, help you strengthen your mom's sister, which is your auntie. And when you do that, mom's sister's going to make it to the banker level, get her 4,000 now. And now you're right behind mom's sister in the entrepreneurship level again. Again, all of these people are following you from your original board. Even though the board split, you're bringing the board back together on one side. All right. I'm going to address those. I know I got some of y'all wheels turning, your mind turning right now. I'm finna entice your hunger. I'm about to quench your thirst in just a moment. All right. So now you're back at the banker level on a reinvestment now. So now you have reinvested $500 out of money that you have gotten paid $4,000. And now for the next week, you have already reached the banker level and received $4,000 all over again. All right. That is the beauty of this model. That is the beauty behind this system. All right. Now, I want you guys to bear with me. Give me a few moments. Again, I know this is kind of informal, but I need to open up another PowerPoint just so I can show you guys the beauty behind this next model, okay? I really want to show you guys this. So you guys just kind of bear with me. Let me begin to kind of minimize this so I can pull up this next one and show you guys the concept, because I get it. Some of you are saying, how in the world am I going to locate these 2 people? What if I can't find 2 people? We have something we have implemented in which we call our mega bank. All right, we call it our mega bank, and the reason we call it our mega bank, we call it that for a reason, because it does mega things. All right, it does mega things. It shifts things. It begins to set everything into motion that we need to be a sustainer on the regular board. All right. On this particular board, what happens is everybody gives $1,500 entry fee. All right. These people are already bringing in 2 people. They already have them from their current board, or they're bringing in 2 people that's not a part of their board. Here's the blessing behind this. The first week, you come in with your 2 people. The second week, you're already at the entrepreneurship level. And then when you get to the banker level, you're at the point now where this will accumulate $12,000 take home pay for you. All right. So let's go into it. So again, I want you to keep that other model in mind. Keep that in mind. I want you to understand the power behind this, because again, when you receive that $12,000, $4,000 of that is going to go and pay it forward on the board you was just on. Now, hold on. I don't want to lose y'all just yet. I see some of y'all saying, well, what am I doing? Am I investing 500 or am I investing 15? I'm just showing you how it makes sense. All right. Don't worry about the 15. Don't worry about the 5 just yet. We want you to focus on the small board, because that's where everybody we want you to start. We don't want you to start on the mega board unless we open up the opportunity for you to come on the mega board. All right. Everybody that comes in, the goal is for you to start on the $500 board and receive your $4,000 payout. Okay. That's the model. Keep that in your head. Let me say it again so you guys can understand it. The goal is for everybody to start on the $500 board, receive your $4,000 payout, and then invest into this mega board. Here's the power behind that, because you're going to do the exact same thing you did on the small board. All right. Let's say this is what's going to keep those boards from being stagnant. This is what's going to help you if you can't find 2 people. This is the beauty behind the mega board. All right. So once you leave that banker position, you just got paid $4,000 on the previous board, right? Okay. Out of that $4,000, you're going to invest $1,500 in the mega board. All right. That secures you a spot on this mega board. Watch this. This is the original board. You was right here. Remember, you got paid $4,000. You already brought brother in. You already brought sister in. They brought cousin, uncle, father, mother, and so forth. This is your original board, how you first started. You've gotten $4,000. All right. Let's say that you want to really strengthen your board and say, hey, I know more people on my board besides my mom's sister gonna need 2 people. I already know that these people may not be able to find 2 people. Maybe they can't. Maybe they're not good communicators. Maybe they are just people that's isolated by themselves. Guys, no worry, we solved the problem. When you get paid your $4,000, invest into the mega board, $1,500. Watch this. When the board splits, again, this is what you look like. You just got paid your $4,000. You're going to invest $1,500 into the mega board. All right. And what's going to happen? Again, the model is set up that you already have your two. You already got brother, you already got sister. So the goal is when they reach the banker level, bring them up to the mega board with you so you don't have to go and get two people, all right? So you're gonna move this board up one more level if you really wanna secure the rule or remove the rule or help those that really can't find two people, all right? Why is it so important? Because watch this. When you move to this mega board, let's say brother and sister follow you up, cousin, everybody that's on this board follow you to the mega board. They're going to be the same people that pay you. When they invest this $1,500, you're going to get, it's going to produce for you $12,000. Here's the key. Now, I don't want y'all thinking you're going to walk away with $12,000. No, you're going to walk away with $8,000 and you're going to pay forward the $4,000. What does that mean? Let me show you what that looks like. Let me say that again. You will not walk away with the whole $12,000 just yet. You're going to get $12,000, but not yet. First, you're going to take $8,000 and you're going to move $4,000 back to the smaller board. Let's show you what it looked like. All right. This is what that's going to look like. Again, here you are. You receive the $8,000 payout. You're going to pay forward the $4,000 on this particular smaller board. Watch. Now, here's the blessing behind this. This is what we've made up in our mind to do to begin to help these smaller boards. Because you are paying forward the $4,000 to strengthen those that cannot find two people, or just to make sure that everybody is not losing their investment and everybody is getting paid, everybody is being blessed, we're going to secure you a free spot. Somebody say free. A free spot back on the $500 board. So which means after you invest in this mega board and get your $8,000, pay $4,000 forward, you now get a free spot on the $500 board or the $4,000 board. Why? It's only right because you got to move back up and get paid the $4,000 that you already paid forward. So when you get back here and get the $4,000, you're getting the $4,000 and you're getting your $8,000, which totals $12,000 between two cycles. All right, between each cycle. All right. So every cycle that you go through this process, you will receive $12,000 total. All right, between the two boards. Okay. Let me address that again. I know I may have lost some of y'all. Let me slow it down, go back and reiterate. All right. Again, you've already got paid your $4,000 from the original board. When you invest into the mega board, the motto is everybody you brought in on the small board, move with you to the mega board. It's going to produce for you $12,000 payout, but you're only going to take home immediately $8,000. What happens to the other $4,000? The other $4,000 goes into the smaller board. All right. Because again, son, friend, wife, co-worker, your father's pastor and co-worker, mom's friend, they got people that's right behind you that maybe can't find two people. So why is this $4,000 so important? Let's say if you're the only one that comes down this board, or let's say it's only one person in the banker level, these people couldn't find nobody. Guess what? You have $4,000 that is being paid forward because what? 8 times 5 is 4,000. Now you have enough money that if nobody ever brings anybody in, you can pay the person in the banker level because you have paid forward the $4,000 and you get a free spot on the board. When you get the free spot, everybody that followed you, the two people you brought in are going to follow you back to the same place and they're going to get a free spot. Why? Because everybody got to recuperate their $4,000 that they paid forward. All right. This is solving the problem of the person that says, I'm really having trouble trying to find two people. What if I got two people? I got one person. We have solved that problem. There's no more excuses. Now, that does not give you a free pass to say, I'm not no longer bringing nobody into the community. I don't have to talk to nobody no more. Listen, no, you still need to share this opportunity. Why? Because the stronger this mega board gets, the stronger this board will always be. All right. And what begins to happen when you begin to bring more people into the community, eventually we'll be able to move this up where you will begin to take home maybe 10,000 instead of 8,000. And eventually maybe the whole 12,000 and recuperate the 4,000. So I don't want you getting on a mindset that I don't have to try to do any more work. Okay. This does not work unless you put the work in. If you're looking for a get rich quick scheme, this is not it. All right. The only work you have to do in this community is talk to two people that you know, love, and trust. And really, it shouldn't be that hard because we all got at least one person or two people that we know, that we love, and that we trust. Here's the problem. We don't want to share the opportunity because we think it's a pyramid scheme, because we saw something on YouTube that everybody else was doing, because we was a part of another community that fell apart and did not work. Guys, there's no other community that I've seen thus far that is doing this model. We are the #1 people that have put this into place. Other people, there's one other group that's doing a $100 board, along with a $4,000 board, along with $1,100 board. But we are the only group that is doing this process this way, that is really shifting the dynamics to make sure everybody can receive a payout, to make sure nobody's losing their investment, that everybody can walk away being blessed from this community. Okay, I get what you're saying. I hear your wheels turning. Okay, but I don't understand. What if I get to the place where we're not bringing people? What if this board does what every other person's board is doing, where people stop coming in and bringing in 15? Okay, what if I invest my 1,500? After I get paid the $4,000, and then I do not make it to the banker level because brother and sister don't choose to follow me, because after all, I can't make people do something right. I got the solution to that problem. Because why? This is why I said this does not work for greedy people. That's why we say if you've already gotten paid $4,000, if you lose $1,500 on this mega board, you still walk away with $2,500 of money that you did not work for. All right, you didn't lose your $500 investment, you didn't take a loss, you still walk away at a gain. Because why? You come away with $2,500 if this board did not do anything. If brother and sister say, I'm not doing it, I'm not going there, I don't want to do it, and you just move by yourself, you have still been blessed with $2,500. You haven't lost your own money. Okay, I get y'all on the mega board now. You saying, well, what if I come down? I get it. I got the $8,000 from the mega board. I'm paying $4,000 forward, but I want that $4,000 so I can get the whole 12. What if I get on the regular board and everybody just decide they don't want to do it no more? What if everybody don't follow me back to this small board and they just get out? You know, what happens then if this board falls apart with the $4,000 I sent over? Guess what? Again, you just got paid $8,000. You got a free spot on this board. So how much money did you lose? None. You did not lose your $500 because we gave you a free spot on the board and you just got paid $8,000. All right. The only people that will have problem with this model are those that are going to be greedy. All right. And we're not in, listen, if you're greedy, we don't even want you a part of this community. Again, we're basing our model and our principle on blessed to be a blessing. All right. It's just like sowing a seed. When you sow a seed into somebody else, we're expecting that same seed to be sown back into you. All right. That's all we're doing. All right. So with this model, I don't see no way you can lose. If you guys see it, hey, you're happy to let me know. Hey, I saw something you didn't see. I'm welcoming those opinions. I'm welcoming that criticism. But this model that we have put together has solved those problems of those flowers that y'all was in that was dying and falling apart. But everybody has to see this vision and go forth with it, okay? And I know a lot of you that came to this community, this is a new step that we've actually launched and put in place. And I know some of you, I get it. You're in the place where I've only got 1,500 paid so far. I've only got paid 2,000, and I got people that want to come in, but they want to see me get paid first. Listen, guys, don't waste your time with them people. Let them people wait till you get paid. That's fine. Let them wait, but don't let that stop you. All right. You have to see this model for yourself. You have to see this vision for yourself. If you can see that it works and if you can see that it makes sense, listen, you can't let other people stop you because they want to see your payout. All right. And the last time I checked, when did we start going around showing people how much money in our bank account? Okay. Let's not get our mind on foolishness. All right. And I get it. A lot of people said, oh, go look on YouTube. It's this type of game. It's this type of scam. You can go to jail for this and all this kind of stuff. Listen, guys, I get all the stuff. I've heard all the things before, but you got to do your own research, because the reality is people will begin to shun anything that they are afraid of. Okay. For all the people that say you're going to go to jail for doing this, you can go on YouTube and find an article. There are 1,000 YouTube videos. There are 1,000 articles on why this is a scam, why you can go to jail. But how many articles are there about people that have actually got arrested for this? Zero. Why? Because people are not getting arrested. They're not. If you follow this model the way it's supposed to be done, the legal way, there's no way you're going to get arrested. There's nothing that we are doing in our community that's being illegal. Again, because there's no law that says I cannot gift a certain amount of money to a certain amount of people if I choose to. It's my prerogative. All right. So when you get all that kind of foolishness, listen, you got to eat the fish and spit out the bones. Don't let that stop you or deter you from what you've already seen revelation on. All right. What you've already seen the vision for. If you don't believe this works, then guess what? It's fine. I get it. Maybe it's not for you. But if you come on this broadcast, you come on this presentation, you say, listen, I see this. It makes sense. And you go share it with one person that's a skeptic and cause them to cause you to begin to turn away from what you originally believed in. But my friend, you need some help. You need somebody to begin to help you, because you're going to live your life based on what everybody else's opinions are. All right. So don't let them begin to pull you down with all that negativism, because why? The reality is, when you go and look at all them YouTube videos, it does not look like Kingdom Financial. We don't have no circle board. We don't have all them other things going on. Our board, we don't have no flowers, we don't have no waters, we don't have no earth, no fire, none of that stuff. We deal with kingdom mentality. We deal with the kingdom bank system, all right? We deal with just like the original bank. Why? Because what is that pay it forward doing? That is your federal bank reserve. That's what we call it. We call it the banker's reserve. Because why? You got $4,000 in reserve to make sure everybody on this original board can get their money, all right? So that they can get what they need to get. That's what we call it. Every bank has a reserve, all right? Every bank does, all right? So that's why I want you guys to get this concept, get this principle. This is why we are different. This is what sets us aside. This is what makes us the a la carte, all right, of the social giving community. There is no other community that's doing this. I was even skeptical about releasing this to the public like this, because we've had so many people that have came and tried to steal our ideas, because what we're doing is actually working, all right? So I struggled a long time, and even with the admins, we struggled by just making this Zoom call tonight public, because we have not released this publicly. You guys are the first one that has seen this model on a public level. Now, we've shared it several times privately within our community, but this is the very first time that we have put this out to the public eye to begin to see, because I get that so many people are in 2 or 3 different communities, and some of you, the reason why you're in this community is because the community you came from didn't work. And we got so many people that are still waiting on money from another community that is already getting paid faster in this community, all right? You got people getting paid in 2 weeks, people getting paid in 3 weeks, people getting paid in the whole full 4 weeks, all right? So listen, we know this model works. We know this system works. And my only thing is, if you see it, it makes sense to you, hey, why not let it make dollars for you, all right? So this is how the reinvest works. So let's say you go through that cycle for the second time. This is the second cycle. Again, you got your free spot. You made it back to the banker level. You get $4,000 again, which totals to the $8,000 you already received, which means you already got $12,000 total between these 2 boards, all right? Because you simply paid it forward to make sure that you would reach this banker level position again. So on the second cycle, you're going to do the exact same thing all over again. You're going to reinvest $1,500 on your second cycle as a reinvest, all right? We're expecting the same people to follow you, brother and sister. Again, I say follow the leader, all right? The only way you would need to find 2 new people, if brother and sister decide, hey, I've got enough money. I paid off the house I wanted to pay off. I paid off the car I wanted to pay off. I'm good. I'm going to get out while I'm ahead. Then you got to find somebody else that you know, love, and trust, because it only works when you find 2 people that you know, love, and trust. So that's why this mega board is so powerful, because you should already have them from this smaller board. So when you pay your $4,000 forward, you're just helping the same people that say, I couldn't find 2 people. You're helping the same people. If they do have 2 people, guess what? That's just strengthening the next person. You just helping strengthen the whole bank. So that means you're helping build Kingdom Financial Group to a capacity where we can up that pay scale to maybe 10,000 or 12,000 or 14,000. All right. It can only get bigger, guys. That's the entire goal. Let's not get small. Let's get major. All right. Let's get mega. All right. All right, so let's get into some of these questions. All right, I want you guys to get ready to feed me those questions. That's why I really want to take my time with this presentation tonight. Some of the questions is, how long do I have to keep getting 2 people? All right, you don't have to do it but one time. I can't stress this enough. I know a lot of people come to communities like this and they see all them spots on the board and they automatically think, I got to get 15 people. No, it's not your responsibility to go get 15 people. And a matter of fact, if the 2 people you talk to that you know, love, and trust make you go find people for them, I wouldn't even get involved, guys. I'm just being honest with you, because you're going to work yourself to death, and it's going to be more like, it's going to feel more like a recruiting thing than an investment with your family and your friends. I'm just going to be honest with you, okay? So the goal is you only have to find those 2 people one time, all right? So you can find them today. You can find them next month. The choice is up to you how quick you find those 2 people that you know, love, and trust, all right? So what happens if I don't get my 2 people? This is the part I need y'all to get. What happens if I don't bring in 2 people on both scenarios? Let's say, again, If you don't have 2 people and you have somebody on your board that has already moved to the mega board, all right, they're on the mega board. That's why that $4,000 pay it forward is so important, because it has enough money to pay for everybody on that investor level if you cannot find 2 people. Now, here's the thing I really want y'all to grab. Write this down, take a note of it. If you have not made it to the banker level, nobody's on your team has not made it to the banker level or the mega bank level, and everybody is still on the $500 board, and let's say you go through the whole process and do not bring in 2 people, what's the worst thing that can happen? Well, you just cannot expect the full $4,000 payout. I think that's only fair, all right? That is something we're implementing, making sure everybody is clear on. If you do not bring in 2 people and nobody from your board has made it to the mega board to pay the $4,000 forward, okay, just don't expect the full $4,000. Maybe you're going to get $1,500. Maybe you're going to get $2,000, okay? You're still getting more than your money, all right? And if it comes out where you only get your $500 back, you ain't lost no money, all right? That's the key. We don't want you coming in this community thinking you're going to lose any money, all right? But if you don't bring anybody into the community, again, you can't just pay yourself, all right? So again, if you're not bringing people into the community is not growing. If money's not there in the community, this money has to come from somewhere, and the money is brought in through investors, all right? So anytime money is being accumulated, it comes from the investors in some form or fashion, okay? We cannot have the mentality that I can come in and put $500 in, do no work, get to the banker level, and this money just came out of the blue. It fell off a tree somewhere in the IRS's account, or maybe it was a stimulus check that the KFG got. No, all of the money is coming as gifts from family and friends that we know, love, and trust, all right? So the main goal is, if you're gonna have that problem, at least have somebody invested on the mega board so that $4,000 pay it forward can help you get the closest amount of your investment back to the 4,000 as possible, all right? If that does not happen, we're not saying you're not gonna get anything, but you just may not get the entire $4,000, but you will get something, all right? All right. How many times can I do this? Again, you can do it as many times as you want, all right? As many times as you want, all right? The one thing that we have implemented that we request moving forward, that you only get two spots per board, whether it's on the small board or the mega board, all right? We are asking everybody to only get 2 spots at a time, 2 spots at a time. That's what we're requesting from people, to begin to get those 2 spots at a time, go through the cycle, and then just reinvest again, okay? We don't want you to be greedy. We know everybody wants to be blessed by this. Everybody got bills. Everybody's got some type of goal they're trying to achieve by coming into this community, but we don't want that our goal and what we need to begin to overshadow our heart concerning being a blessing to other people, okay? You got to understand, it's not all about us. It's not all about one person, but it's about the entire community. So we want people that are like-minded with the mentality, hey, I know I want to get blessed, but the only way I can get blessed is to be a blessing to somebody else, all right? And again, the best way I can say it is just like sowing a seed. When you plant that seed in the ground, if you plant an orange seed, if you plant an apple seed, you must give it time for that seed to begin to grow, but you will never receive the apple if you never plant the seed. You can't just plant the seed to get the apple tomorrow, okay? Once you plant the seed, you got to begin to work on it, okay? You got to add something else. You need to partner with that seed. So which means once you plant that seed in the ground for that apple, that orange, that tomato, whatever you're planting, you got to go then and get what? You got to get some water. You got to get some fertilizer. You can't just put the seed in the ground and it's expected to produce something, all right? You may only get what? 1 tomato. And that's what we're saying. You may come into this community and say, I can't go get the water. I can't go get the fertilizer. All I got is the seed, okay? That don't mean you may not get no green back. You may just get a green with a little leaf, or green and 1 tomato versus a whole tomato tree, all right? Versus a whole apple tree, all right? Because everything is done just like a seed. You have to water that seed. Whatever you plant, you have to water, you have to put the work in, all right? You got to make sure and protect it so that it will grow and blossom into what you want it to be, all right? All right, so let's get ready to go into some of you guys' questions and concerns. Some of you that are tuned in right now, if you're on this presentation, you say, hey, I get it, it makes sense, I'm ready to go. You can go right now and sign up on our website. There's a sign up link. Simply click on sign up. Make sure you get with the person who invited you to this presentation. Let them know you're going to sign up so they can keep contact with our administration office so we can make sure that we are communicating with you properly. But you can go and fill out that sign up form at www.kfg1.org. All right. those of you that are bringing people into the community, it is your responsibility, not Kingdom Financial Group. It is your responsibility for those of you that are bringing kingdom people to this platform, that you make sure they fully understand the process. All right. Again, we're not trying to manipulate anybody. We're not trying to scheme anybody. So we understand this is not for everybody. So everybody that's a part of our Kingdom Financial community, our only requirement is this, that when you share this opportunity, when you share this presentation, make sure before they sign up, they have a full understanding of how this process works. All right. Because if you don't tell them the whole process, if they don't understand something, then you are responsible for their succession. You are responsible for what happens to them moving forward, not Kingdom Financial Group. All right. We are very transparent on our end. All of our admins are transparent. All right. So make sure when you're sharing this opportunity, and even if you're signing up and joining our community, we want to make sure that you have a full 100% understanding. There's no rush. We're not trying to twist your arm to get in this community. We don't care if you join today or next year. We want to make sure that this is something that you see yourself doing. This is something that will bless you and your family and generate wealth for the long haul, for what you're trying to achieve concerning your financial goals and your dreams. All right. So we want to make sure that you can effectively do that. And the only way that you can effectively do that is that you understand the whole model and the whole concept 100%. All right. So again, you can sign up on that website, kfg1.org. If you have any questions or concerns, you can definitely email us at kingdomfinancialgroup1@gmail.com. All right. Now, our office line will be being constructed on just for a little while for the next couple of weeks through the rest of this month. So some of you may be trying to call in, but you may not get a lot of the admins. And the reason for that is because we're moving very, very fast. A lot of people are interested in our community. So we're doing a lot of things that are by text message. All right. So that number that's on your screen, you can text that number. It does have text message capability. All right. So you can definitely text that number versus calling. You'll definitely get a response via text message from one of our admins. All right. So let's kind of decrease all the telephone calls and begin to move towards emailing and texting, so that we can begin to address all your issues as fast as possible. All right. And if you have any questions that you do not understand, or someone in your group or community, again, there's over 250 people in our community. And as you guys see, all of them are not on our presentation tonight. So I get it. You're going to have people asking you questions. Go back and tell them to watch the Zoom presentation. Please don't call the office with 1,000 questions that we've already addressed in the Zoom presentation. All right. Because the only thing we're going to do moving forward, if you have a question, is say, did you watch the Zoom call from the other night or last week, whatever the case may be? And if you say no, we're going to direct you every time to the website to watch this Zoom presentation. All right. So again, all the questions you should have should be addressed in this Zoom presentation. So if someone has a question, you may have to go back and replay it, rewatch it, whatever the case may be. But please don't bombard admins, because we literally have a waiting list for people we got to contact every single day that are anxious to get into this community. And a lot of times we cannot get to them because we're addressing phone calls and concerns about things that we've already addressed on the Zoom call. All right. So we're gonna make some slight adjustments with just that free call in the office with the same redundant questions. All right. So again, if you want to sign up, the link is there. More information about our community is also on our website, kfg1.org. Address all lengthy questions to kingdomfinancialgroup1@gmail.com. All right. So at this time, we're going to open up for a few questions. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this presentation and sharing it. If you have a question that you would like to verbally ask me tonight, you can definitely come out of the chat section, raise your hand. There's a little icon on your screen that says raise hand. You can raise your hand and I will unmute you or ask to unmute you, and then you will be able to ask your question. All right. I'm going to try to open up in the chat as well so I can see some of your questions. All right. Now I've seen another question in the chat. There is a link for the mega board and the small board. So we'll post that link as well. Okay, we'll post that link. All right, go ahead. Let me get those questions. Bring those questions quick. Whatever question you have, come on out the chat, raise your hand, type it in the chat, whatever you feel comfortable doing. If there's any questions about this process, whether you're already a part of our community or not, I definitely want to address those questions while you have us here live on this Zoom call. All right. As long as there are 2 people already else. Okay, they're just commenting on there. All right. All right. So, Adunya, I see you have a question. I need you to go back and watch the entire presentation. I saw you just logged in. I promise you everything that you may have is in that Zoom presentation. Okay, Michelle Moore, I think you got a question. So the small board, 4K, minus 15 for the mega board, 500, small board, keep 2,000, right? Is that right? No, so I'm thinking I'm addressing your question right. Michelle, what happens is you're gonna get the whole 4,000 from the $500 board, okay? You're gonna get the whole 4,000 from the $4,000 board. Okay, you're gonna invest 1,500 in the mega board, and you're gonna keep 8,000 from the mega board. All right, and then you're gonna get a free spot back on the small board, and you're gonna get the entire 4,000 off of that, and then reinvest all over again. So you're not gonna keep 2,000. You're gonna keep 2,500 actually if you're investing in the mega board. So you would put the 15 up, keep 2,500, and then move forward that way. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Okay. Linwood, did you have a question?
Yes, I was just wondering if you could just come in on the 1,500 board.
Okay, so because we're launching it, you can come in straight on the $1,500 board. You can do that. But again, know that you have to go ahead and make sure you have those 2 people and build it, because we really are strong on that mega board because it has to have 2 people. So make sure you got 2 people you know, love, and trust, and then you can go right into the mega board and then go back to the smaller board and then go to the mega board through the whole cycle.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Let's see here. Audrey has a question. Whoops, I think I just muted you. I'm sorry. Let me unmute you again. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, Audrey, how you doing?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Hi. I have someone that came in with me a
Mhm.
couple rows down. They have not made it to the banker position yet, but they're interested in coming to the mega. Can they come on their own, or do they need to come in groups of 3s if you're coming in the mega?
Well, again, that's totally up to your team, because it's up to your discretion. But as long as they have their 2 people, they can progress to the mega board. But that's the rule. So on the smaller board, the mega board is going to help those who don't have 2 people. So if you're going to jump over the little board to go ahead and go get the 8,000, just know you got to have your people in position. You got to come in strong, because if not, if you come on the mega board half stepping, we're just going to tell you, hey, we're just not going to allow it, because we need that to be strong so it can help these smaller boards and those that can't find 2 people. But yes,
So
it's totally up to their discretion.
she,
They're going to go right to that board.
okay, so she's currently on the little one. So
Correct.
she would need to come in on if she came in on the mega board, she would have to bring 2 people with her that had their 1,500, not 2 people that are already on the other board.
Well, they can be on the board. It don't matter who they are, as long as she got 2 people, and they have to bring that 1,500. Correct.
With 1,500. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Good question. Good question. All right. So if you have a question, again, raise that hand in the chat. Let me address some of these other questions. Mike and Nolan, let me say, okay, I strongly feel that with the first step, slots are still delaying payouts in order to proceed. However, with a positive gesture, the first payout is still delayed. So to invest in the second step is a bit much to request at this time. Okay, so again, Mike and Nolan, it's not mandatory. So you can choose to go to the mega board or just go back to the small board if you want to. Again, we're not making you go there just yet. Okay, so you do have the discretion to say, hey, I don't want nothing to do with the mega board. I want to build a smaller board. But just know it's the process of building it out to make sure that those other ones are getting strengthened the way they need to. And again, guys, I just want to put this out there. Our group is about 3 weeks old. And some of you guys have came in, and some of you kind of feel like you're stuck. We don't have dates. We don't have spreadsheets. We don't go by that. And I can get it where some of you feel like you're kind of stalled out or you're not getting paid yet. But the reason, because it's not your payday yet. You're not even on it yet. It's a delay because you still have more time rather. But I totally understand that. So again, if you feel it's a bit much because you still haven't gotten your first payout yet, definitely stay on that smaller board until you get your payout. All right, because we don't want you feel like you have to go to the mega board. And again, what happens is we're gonna contact everybody who's in the banker position and say, do you want to re-gift down or re-gift up? All right, you're gonna have to do one or the other. It's either re-gift from the same board you're on or re-gift to the mega board. So the choice is gonna be yours. So just know that as you're doing that, you're gonna still have to, kind of take care of your own 2 people and move forward and make sure you're working those smaller boards so you don't stall out. Because again, the reason this is different than any other mega board that you may have dealt with. This mega board is only designed and only was created to help those on your board that need investors who maybe can't find investors and maybe can't find 2 people to begin to help them get to the place that you're trying to reach to, in which is that $4,000 payout. Okay. Barbrina, okay, I brought in 3 people who are beside me on the board. Will you please change them into place under me, Beverly? Okay, yeah. So Barbrina, yes, send a text message to the office and we'll work on that for you. Okay, we'll work on that for you, and we can definitely move positions around. Okay. Adunya, I'm coming. I got people in front of you. Just hold 1 second. I got one person in front of you. Hold on a second. Michelle, we're not avoiding you. I'm coming to you. Give me 1 second. Go ahead, Michelle. Michelle, can you hear me? Michelle, did you have a question?
Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I was just wanting to find out, when are you going to start implementing the mega board process? Is there a target date for that, or?
No, so it's already been launched for the private group already, and you can do that sign up form to come into that. So it's in effect now. So anybody?
Okay, because I did do the sign up form, but I haven't received anything in addition to that.
Okay. So
I got the email. The email stating that you guys received it, but nothing else since then.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Okay.
I was supposed to be contacting people, make sure they had their 2 people already ready for that. But I'll double check with your on your file and just see if you've been contacted. But I'll reach out personally and pull your file.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, Adunye, I got you up. Whoa.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. And I have questions here. And my question is, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. I made some valid questions the last time. Number 1, what are you doing? What are you guys doing to make sure that the small board can independently survive itself? Because right now, this was what I said before I joined. There's a lady that is banker now on my team, and she didn't receive her money. And before I came, every Sunday, everybody gets paid. Somebody gets paid every Sunday. That means that that was a lie. Up to now, till Sunday, there were just 2 people, and that was only me that brought 2 people. So there were like 6 people that was to pay her. Up to now, there are 5 people. So there's likelihood, there's 99% that this lady will be paid again for the 2nd week. So that means that my own payday, which it should be next week, won't be possible. So that is what I'm saying. I might be hard, but I'm telling the truth. The smaller board must be sustainable.
Right.
First of all, people, you must please don't mandate $4,000. Why? Let the payout be $3,500. So at $3,500, and if you go back, you know that the person has indirectly invested back into the smaller board. I want you. I have my master's and in my economics. I can help you guys out. but I want this thing to be successful so that nobody gets burned. I want you guys to look inward and see how the smaller board, because when I look at the board right now, more than half of it, half of it, they are not paying out. More than half of it is not paying out. Some days we have 2 people, 6, more than half of it is not paying out. You know, I'm just saying my own. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you know,
Yes.
we don't want anybody to be blunt, and integrity is very important. So what are the things you are putting in place to make sure that the smaller board, without the bigger board, because I'm not joining the bigger board, is
Right.
sustainable and is independent?
Good. So let me address that question for you. So number one, it may be your board that you're specifically talking about, because literally we only have 2 boards where someone has not received their payout yet, whether it be 1,500 or 2,000, whatever the case may be. Now, so to sustain the smaller board, again, now we're not responsible to do anything to sustain your board. So that's why everybody need to bring in their own 2 people that they know, love, and trust. Now, the only thing we're doing is implementing the mega board. Now, again, we're not making you do anything with the mega board. You know, that's your choice. So again, you can't expect Kingdom Financial to strengthen your board if you choose not to get the help through the mega board for us to help pay those people. So we can definitely have a conversation outside of the Zoom, because I get where you're coming from. We've actually talked before. And again, the only way these small boards are going to be sustained without this new process we have in place, if everybody bring in their 2 people. There's no sugarcoating around it. There's no other way you can do it. Everybody must be in agreement to go find 2 people they know, love, and trust. And Kingdom Financial Group can't be that person to go get people for you. We're not in the recruiting business. So to answer that question, you know, everybody on your team and on your board must go get 2 people. But if you're asking from what Kingdom Financial Group is going to do from a standpoint, that's why we've implemented the mega board to pay the total amount of the board to make sure everybody, you know, does their part. But let's set a time to, matter of fact, can you send me a private message with your contact information so we can chat about it personally?
Yes. Thank you so much. I'll do that.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. There's some more questions in here. I have a question. Can you bring in the same 2 people in the mega board with you as you've been with those? Yes. So Johnny, if you have people on that smaller board, and that's what we are pushing everybody to do. That if you've already brought 2 people in on the lower board and that lower board is progressing well for you, definitely bring those 2 people with you to the mega board if you want to begin to help those pay it forward that may be struggling with their 2 people. So yes, you can use those same 2 people if they're in agreement with following that process with you. So that question is yes. Good question. Any other questions? If you have another question, come outside the chat, lift your hand up, and I'll answer that question. Any questions? Any questions or concerns? And you guys can ask me a question privately. I know sometimes people say I didn't want to ask this on the Zoom call, so you can send me a private message as well. Right here on the side, it'll show up private, and I can address your question without actually calling your name. Okay, if you want me to do that. But I really want to answer these questions, guys, because again, we need to spend our time in doing office hours getting these people who ready to come in, get them in and get them responded to in a timely manner, not reiterating redundant questions. All right. All right. Any other questions? Can I look up a board? Can I lock up a board? So yes. With this mega board being in place, you can lock the board if you desire to do so, because you again have the money to put in position. So which means when you go to the mega board and pay that 4,000 forward, again, it's enough money that you don't have to bring in no investors, and then it's money that'll pay that banker. So when that banker moves out of the way, you can literally lock it by removing the partner and the entrepreneurship level and just deal with the investor level and the banker. So if you want to lock it, that will be the way to do it. Okay. But as far as it being an original board, it's going to be real hard to lock that board just because the money's not going to be there. Everybody will pretty much have to take $500 to $1,000 to kind of lock the original board. And then eventually you're only gonna get paid one time, but the second cycle will turn into the traditional SUSU, where you would simply get back what you put in when you get what you put in back out. So essentially, if I put in 500, I'll get 500 out. If I put in 1,000, I get 1,000 out. So you're only gonna make one, when you lock a board, you're only gonna get one increase, because the second cycle is just gonna be a traditional SUSU, unless you go through the mega board cycle, okay? Can you move people on these boards that's not moving and make complete boards? So yeah, so we do that automatically. So if your board seems like it's not moving, we kind of contact the person. Because some of these people, and like I said, we counted them last night. I think we got 29 boards. I think we have a total of 29 boards, and only 3 of the person in the banker level has not received a payout yet, okay? So if you, and again, our boards are open to the public. You can go and I made it public for a reason. There's about 3 boards. And again, it may not be your time yet to start getting paid on these boards, but there's only, some people have received 15, some people have received $2,000. Again, guys, this is money you ain't worked for. You've already got more than your investment. This is something you got to give it time. Again, I told everybody from the beginning of the presentation, this is not a get rich quick. So you got to give your investment time to work. Even if you go and invest money into a bank, an IRA account, you put $500 in an IRA account, you're going to wait the whole year and still ain't going to make $4,000. So you got to understand the mindset behind this thing. You got to understand it's a mindset. It's a mindset. But yeah, we definitely can, intertwine boards and collaborate, merge boards together when we have to help things begin to get progressive. But it still doesn't benefit it if nobody's going to begin to share the opportunity with 2 people they know, love, and trust. Okay. Any other questions? I was answering some of those private questions. So if you have another question, come raise your hand in the chat. Again, I want to definitely answer your questions tonight. And address your concerns. All right. All right. Okay, I got one says shrink the board into half. Okay, yes, good, because that is actually an option as well. So again, some of you will be in contact, because some of you, again, that comment that Adunya just made, shrink the board in half. So it means it'll be cut in half to you only receiving 2,000 versus 4,000. So we can definitely contact you if you want to shrink down and receive 2,000. You put the $500 in. Hey, again, it's money you didn't work for. You made 2,000. It's gonna move the board a lot faster. So for those of you that are willing to take 2,000 versus 4,000 just to move the board faster, hey, it's your prerogative. Do it. By all means, just let us know you want to do that. We'll do it. Again, so that'll get you paid out quicker. But again, guys, and those of you that are saying that, my board is not moving, it's not time for you to get paid yet. Again, we're only 3 weeks old. It takes 4 weeks based on the model. All right. You can't add time. If you was in another community, you can't definitely add time to this community. All right, Mike Green has a question. All right, I'm trying to unmute your mic. Okay, Mike, can you hear me? I think Mike is unmuting his phone. Stephanie, okay, let me see. So everyone that comes in has to bring in 2 people. So yes, as of now, if you're coming in for the very first time, yes, you need to do that, unless it's someone from the mega board is going to actually pay for your 2 people. So that's kind of a loaded question. So it's yes and no. So it just depends on the whole generic, setup of the whole thing. So again, if you got somebody from the mega board helping you out, you may not have to bring in 2 people, but if if nobody on your board or someone bring you in is not in that position yet, then yes, you need to look for 2 people that you know, love, and trust. Okay, Mike, are you there? Can you hear me? I tried to unmute you. Try it again, Mike. King has a question. I can't see the full name. Let me see if I can unmute her. Okay. All right, how you doing, Kings, Queens?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. I have a couple questions.
Mm-hmm.
So one, I came in with 4 spots. but I'm one of those people that I'm having difficulty too. Not that I'm not inviting people, it's just that I don't know that much people. I'm antisocial. Go figure. So I want to know, like, what can I, if I do find someone or have someone interested, would I be able to like sell my spot or swap out my spot?
So you say you have
So
4
that,
spots, is that correct?
yes,
Okay,
yeah.
so then can you downsize and sell some of those other 2 spots or something like that?
Right. So maybe those people could have the opportunity to bring other people in, because I believe in the community. I really do believe in the community, but as well as I'm interested in Mega, but I'm gonna still have that same problem where just to help out the small board, I want to do the Mega, but I don't really know that much people, because I'm one of those that I know once I start getting payout, a lot of these people, the few people that I do know, they're gonna be like, oh, what? I want to get on, and then it's like I don't want to really sit down banking on them. If that makes any sense.
Gotcha. So yeah, you definitely can post in the group and say, hey, I have, I'm not sure right next to I'm not actually looking at the boards, but let's say if you're in the, are you in the partner, or where you looking on the board right now?
I have two in partner and 2 in investment.
Okay. So yeah, you can say like, you know, I have a partner spot available for anybody who wants it. So you're already a week ahead. You can definitely do that if you want to sell those spots. You can do that. It's totally up to your discretion, so you can definitely do that.
Okay, so at least it's able to do. Okay.
Yeah, you can sell.
I
You can sell it anytime you want to sell a spot, or you know, like I get it. Sometimes you come in, you bite off a little bit more than you want. We already do it. You know what I'm saying? Not to say like in a bad way, but you know, sometimes you like
I get it.
let me kind of get this one side working first to make sure it's solid before I invest in it. So I get it. But yeah, you can definitely do that. And there are some people in the group who willing, like I said, 'cause people are getting paid, so they're willing to say, hey, I'll take it in a minute because I already got one payout. $4,000, they'll come back in and get 2 or 3 spots. So yeah, you can definitely do that.
I have one friend that is really want to get in, but she's set on getting her too, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like,
That's
you
fine.
get, you know, she's set on getting her too before she even ends, and I'm like, Jesus, I wish I had that.
That's the right mindset. That's the right mindset. That's the type of people you want.
Okay. And what about the Mega? The whole idea of the Mega is just definitely if you don't have your 2, you can't come in.
Yeah. So again, we're not what we're doing is we're not recommending anybody that is not being is getting benefits from the small board to go to the Mega board. Okay. So we really want everybody to get paid $4,000, so that way you're not taking a loss, you know, at all. But there are some people that because we had to launch it, that we've allowed to just come in who say they have 2 people to go ahead and start the process, just so we can start helping those get there faster. Because I know this is like for your situation. You know, if someone comes down and say, "Here's $4,000 to help her," you know, you're gonna go right to the, you know, get paid. So you're gonna go show people you got paid, and then you know you're gonna bring other people in. So then you're gonna start building the community. So it's gonna benefit both sides. So I would just say, you know, you may not be ready to get to the Mega board yet, but just take your time. You'll get there because you gotta show people the work. And I get it. Sometimes you gotta show people the proof is in the pudding.
And one more thing, and then I'll go.
No problem.
I have I want to speak. I know I speak before, but I have another situation that might or could not help. It's up to you. If you can speak privately, I don't know if tonight or another day is good for you.
Okay, that's fine. Just send me your private message, and I can get your information, and we can discuss it. That'll be fine.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good night. Bye, guys.
As well. Okay. Let me see if I can get Mike's question. Okay, my audio isn't working. I have a new fire who invested yesterday, but isn't on today's board. How often is the board updated? Okay, so we normally update the board, Mike, every 24 to 48 hours. Again, it's been a little delayed this week because we get a lot of telephone calls again about information that we've already addressed in the Zoom call. So it is taking a little bit longer, but just kind of give us, you know, I would just say, you know, within that week time frame, that board is going to be updated. I know I seen how you put fire in there. So even though we don't deal with fire, I think you're used to the other system where every week the board would change anyway on that weekly cycle. So I would just say give us 3 or 4 days on top of the 24, 48 hours, but we try to do it in 24 to 48 hours. But again, due to the open web and phone calls that we do receive, sometimes it takes a little while, even though we're updating the boards all the time, but sometimes we're updating, then we get a phone call. We don't actually have time to send it to the website. And sometimes it's like midnight or 2 in the morning when one of the admins actually sends the board to the website. So that's why I was trying to kind of cut down on some of the excessive phone calls that, you know, kind of just go back again and watch the Zoom and get your questions answered. Unless it's something that's not in the Zoom that just came to your mind, we get that. Just if everybody could just, again, text us your questions, it'll be a lot easier than a lot of the phone calls, because we do have people just sitting by receiving text versus telephone call, because everybody is literally on their laptops, their iPads, trying to get everybody in as quickly as possible and as effectively as possible. All right. So I hope that answers your question, Mike. So normally it's 24 to 48 hours. And we're trying to stick to that. So. All right. Did I miss any other questions in the chat? Admins, y'all let me know. I did. Which one I missed? Let me see. I see Maria says, can the boards that have a few people be combined to help each other out? Yes. So the question is yes. So we do that. We've probably already done it behind the scenes without you knowing about it. But again, because the boards haven't been updated just yet, even tonight, we haven't made an update because we've just been so overwhelmed with phone calls and been busy. So yes, we do that as well. So that's something we automatically do. So if the board has lesser people on it, we try to merge them together to create a full board. The only place we can't put people is in the actual investor level, because anybody who comes in as an investor has to pay the banker. So we can't just put people in the investor level, but we can put them in the partner level and the entrepreneurship level. All right. You're welcome. Okay, admins, did I miss any other question? You got to tell me where they are. I can't see them on my screen. Mary Alvarez. Okay. For the mega board, does everyone come in as investors? How are we moved up to the banker? Okay. Yeah. So again, that's in the presentation as well. Everybody comes in the same way. So again, when we call you for the mega board, it's kind of like you're going to start right at the partner level, because we're going to say, okay, are you ready to gift into the mega board? Do you have the 2 people you know, love, and trust? Once you tell us yes, you're going to go on the board. And then it's the same thing. You know, those 2 people will bring their 2 people and then get you to the banker level that way. So it's the same concept as a smaller board. That's why we kind of want you to go through the smaller board. If you have a problem already getting 2 people, you want to just stay with the smaller board. So the concept is to get through that smaller board and bring those same people to the mega board, so the 2 people are already in place. Okay. Okay, Kimberly says, one of the admins says, Angela Williams has a question. Where is she at? Okay. When can we start utilizing the mega board? Okay, so we're already starting to utilize it. And Angela, I know you guys are already a part of it again, but it's a slow launch on that mega board because we want to make sure we get the right people on it. So you guys are already on there. I think by the end of this week, you'll see the mega board start to post. And again, we're not creating we got a large list, but we're not just, we're kind of doing an interview process to make sure these are the right people. Because again, we don't want people, it's going to be the wrong people. So I would say by the end of this week or beginning of next week, you'll see the mega board go out. It's going to be one by one, because again, we're not putting 1,000 boards out there, because we're building this solid to make sure, so that we can make sure these people are being sustained on these smaller boards. Okay. But yeah, we've already started utilizing it. So we just got to wait till once those other people we let into the community, that first $4,000 payout is going to start going forward. My projection is next week. Okay. Actually, it's going to be more than 4,000. It's going to be like 9,000. It's going to go forward. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. Did I miss any other questions? Any other questions that I miss? I want to make sure I'm addressing everybody that I possibly can. Any other questions, concerns? Any other questions? Going once, going twice. All right, so if there are no other questions, I'm gonna see, I think I recorded the Zoom tonight. I'm gonna see, and I may put it there to help those other people out. Like I said, my only fear with that was people leaking this information. So I'm just going to ask and trust you guys would not leak this information to another community, because this is something we've created, we've put in place to strengthen everybody in this community. And I think it's going to be a blessing for everybody. Those of you that have already came in and been a part of, joined the Mega Board, you guys already seen the potential, and I get a drive and adrenaline rush off of you guys' excitement about helping these people that are saying, I can't find 2 people and so forth. So it's just a blessing that the few people that we already allowed access to the Mega Board has came in with the right spirit and the right heart to be a blessing to those that need help, and really want to see you guys being blessed. Okay. So you guys, when you guys see the fulfillment of this Mega Board in its full action and actually working into effect, you definitely want to say thank you to these people who went forward first, because they're taking a risk first to say, hey, I believe in the process. You know, so, you know, my hat goes off to them for even investing to move forward, to believe in this opportunity, and more so believing you guys, to thinking you guys enough to help you be successful. So you guys definitely want to shout out to those that you do see going forth on this Mega Board first. Again, the first board, you should see it come up pretty soon, if not this week, next week. And definitely just tell these people thank you, because they're really taking a step. And like I said, some of you have some concerns because you're on a regular board now and saying, hey, I see the concept, but I'm trying to get this one going. This is why we put the Mega Board in place, because the reality is sometimes it's hard to talk to 2 people. I get it. You know, it's hard to talk to 2 people sometimes, and sometimes they're just set in their ways, and they don't want to see it until they don't believe it. You know, they don't believe the miracle until you show it to them. This generation needs a sign and a wonder. So I get it. They need to see it all. So this is why we put this in place, and we got enough people to say, hey, I see it. I'm willing to stick my neck out first, take the risk to see this thing into action, because I already see it happen. I see it happening. So anytime there's a launch like this, you definitely want to say thank you to those who are going forward, taking that leap of faith, so that you guys can continue to be blessed and continue to grow, and just, be willing to pay it forward to be a blessing to you guys. And some of these people are going to bless you, and you don't, your community maybe you need the whole 4,000. So, you're going to be sustained 2 or 3 generations of your board. So you want to definitely say thank you to those people who are going first. It's not to be jealous of them or to think they got more money than you have. They're making the same level of sacrifice, if not more, for you. All right, for you, because they could have easily went into any other community and took the risk. Because I know a lot of communities that are doing Mega Boards, you put in 15, you take the whole 12,000 home. But the reality behind that is a lot of those boards, half of the people getting paid and the other half are not. So at the end of the day, you got 800 to 900 people mad because they're not getting a payout. And so we addressed it this way, that, hey, look, we're going to just shift it a little bit, take half the payout, pay the other half forward, so we can make sure everybody's getting blessed in our community. And that way we all grow and we all be blessed and we all be strengthened. That's the main goal. Again, none of us have a greedy heart, and we don't want you to be in this community with a greedy heart, with a greedy spirit. We want you to have the spirit of liberality when you come into our community, the spirit of giving, the spirit to want to see somebody else achieve their goals and their dreams, not coming in being prideful, saying, I want my money. When I'm going to get my money? I want you concerned about your community. I want you concerned about the people on your board, not just you. I want you concerned about everybody in this community, that, you want everybody to win, everybody to be successful, not just yourself. So that's the people we're looking for in this particular community. All right. And trust me, guys, it's gotten down to the point where we've actually put people out of this community for being greedy. We've done it, gave them, admins came together. Even though we don't do refunds, we came together and figured out how we could get them their money back, just to get them out of this community. And they wanted to stay and go on other boards, and we said no, because we do not want the spirit of greed to take over this community. Because with greed, it'll fester and root, and it'll create chaos, and it'll create a mess. So again, be willing to be patient, be willing to be kind to others, and just wait on your blessing. It's going to come. Though it tarry, wait on it. At the appointed time, you shall reap if you don't faint. Okay? So don't pass out. Don't faint. All right? Especially over no money. Definitely don't do that. Don't faint over no money. It's material. It's materialistic. You can't take it with you when you die. So just have the right heart, have the right mind, and I promise you, you'll be successful. I promise you, you'll succeed. All right. So I love each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the Zoom call on tonight. I pray that I've answered every one of you guys' questions thoroughly to the T. And I hope that each and every one of you go through this presentation again and actually go forth this week, seeing the vision, seeing the plan, seeing the goal, and begin to strengthen your stakes and begin to, begin to go forward with this with all you got. All right. My question to you is, how bad you want it? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to be successful? You got to wake up every morning and ask yourself that question. How bad do I really want this? How bad do I really want to get out of debt? How bad do I want to pay off all these credit cards, all these debts that I've created? How bad do you want to be successful? How bad do you want your family to be blessed? And once you ask yourself that question, I promise you, you'll be a go-getter. All right. Your entire motivation will begin to change. All right. So again, if there's no other questions, no other concerns, I pray everybody has a blessed night, a safe night, and I'm wishing much success in this community. And I think we're going to do great. I'm excited about it. We're going to be around for a long time, guys. I feel it. But everybody has to do their part. Everybody has to do their part. Okay. Again, if you want to sign up tonight, go to kfg1.org. Again, the mega board link has to be sent out. So you can just simply text that number. All right. Text the number 713-401-2907. If you want the link to the mega board form, we'll also put it in the group me once again. All right. So you'll have that. Please address any other questions that you may have from this point moving forward to Kingdom Financial Group 1@gmail.com. And we'll do our very best to answer any of those questions that you have. And if it is an emergency question, please text it to the office number 713-401-2907. All right. All right. Because we must limit these phone calls so that we can speed this process up. All right. So again, have a great night. I think I've seen some come up. Okay. I think they made a mistake. Okay. All right. Have a great night, guys. Have a wonderful night. Be blessed. Thank you guys again for being a part of this awesome opportunity. Thank you for being a part of Kingdom Financial Group. Remember, kingdom-minded people do kingdom-minded things. Let's go do great things together. Be blessed tonight. We'll see y'all next time.